New York City. That's right. Effy spent 3 days in New York City doing God knows what, because I can't remember much because of, well, you'll figure it out. One of Tricks Point Never, art fair, magic in New Jersey, and of course, the gallery opening of Visitors. Go to visitorsbook.com to see the artwork of the wonderful Nick Karp, to see the book full of pictures of Bussy, not that kind, and enjoy the journey as we take you to the great city in the sky. Well, it's not in the sky. Whatever. It's a fucking island in Manhattan. I guess Manhattan's... It's Weekend at Effy's. A while back, my father asked me, now he's been to 5 states in his life. Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas. Okay. 5 states. That's 10% of states. And he said, you go to New York City a lot. I said, yeah. He said, do you think I'd like it there? And I said, no. He said, do you like it there? And I said, no. And I stand by that. Now, I'll say this. There's some trade-offs. In New York City, there are a lot of things you can't get anywhere else in the world, and there are a lot of things you can get at any point in time. There are things you can do at any point in time. You're never lacking if there's things you want, be that cuisines, be that recreational items, be that things to do, things to see, places to go, interesting people. But I am not willing to make that trade. I was driving through Atlanta today, a little bit of traffic, a little rain. And all I could think was, this is so much less stressful than driving around New York.
Yeah.
And somebody said, well, the problem is you drove around New York. And I said, that was the choice given to me. So welcome to Weekend at Effy's, where we talk about an entire weekend spent in New York City. Right?
You're right.
You ever see that salsa commercial? Where they're like, they're from New York City. That's what it felt like. I had a great time. But there are things that you have to deal with in New York City that are just part of the gig. You know?
Yeah.
Now, granted, I flew into LaGuardia, it's in Queens. So it's like a little, there's like north of the city, you got the LaGuardia, and then south of that, south of Brooklyn, you got JFK, and the other airport is Newark. And I fucking hate Newark.
Because that's New Jersey.
It is. It's right across the river. You can see the city. And I like to do this thing where wherever I land in Newark, I point at New York City and I go, what city is that? Because they call it the city. You know? What city is that? Like, it's not the most famous metropolitan area in the world. It's stupid. I'm stupid. There was a comedian who was jerking off in front of women who we don't, give opportunity to anymore.
You know what's crazy is you say that and I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple people.
Yeah, there's plenty. But he used to have a joke about it's just a floating garbage heap. So like, why are you worried if I put it in the garbage can? The whole city is floating garbage. Don't jerk off in front of people without their permission. There's plenty of people you can get permission from. Yeah. There's plenty of people who be like, I'm into that.
Find those people.
Yeah, they're like, find someone who is into that shit. Number 1 turnoff for Effy. You ready for it? You don't want to be there. That's the number 1 turnoff. Number 2 turnoff for Effy. Sorry, this is going to really break some people's hearts. You want to fuck Effy. So between those 2 things, not a lot of fucking on the road for Effy. Don't want to be a part of that. She looks like a little pirate.
She is a little
I'm looking
pirate.
at Lucy. She's in her little... She saw Bebop in the black bandana and she said, I want to be a pirate like him. But now she's wearing it like a cowboy bandit, which I'm really into. How was your weekend, Petár?
It's fine.
Was Bebop a good boy?
Bebop was a good, yeah.
Oh, okay. There was a little hesitation there.
It's these two like to gang up on me sometimes.
Whoa. And they play like they're not with each other.
Yeah.
But then it's like, they're doing a bit.
I was going back through and looking at, putting the only pause together, the photos together last night.
You were like, you guys are a team.
Yeah.
You can see
There's
in those
so
photos.
many photos of the two of them like
Scheming.
arms around each other, whispering each other's ears.
Cuddled up. But then the second you show up, you're like, they'll start acting like there's some big issue. We had that during the mini-sode. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers, weekendateffys.com to get to the Patreon. There's lots of fun ways to support us. It's very helpful to support us. It's the only Patreon I have. And Petár has now put up the astrology report for May, which is huge. And can't talk about it, but you were talking about the Jupiter Kazmini in the astrology report. Kazimi.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm going to call it Kazmini.
I probably misspelled. Still in Mercury retrograde. So.
Okay, it's fine. Kazmini. Isn't that what they also call like the leader of Iran? Khomeini. Never mind. You said it's kind of the luckiest day of the year, and I have two very big moments coming up on that 17th, 18th. One I cannot discuss, but I told First Wrestling I'm going to have to come in later than I expected. And then the second is wrestling at First Wrestling in a casino. What's crazy too is GCW has a show that day as well that I'm going to be missing in Philadelphia, also at a casino. So what's up with that?
Well,
should I put all my life savings on one single roulette spin?
Nothing that I ever tell you should ever be considered as financial advice. You are risking that on your own.
So I should put all of my money into one hand of blackjack, the defining hand. And then when I win, it will be so glorious and magnificent, and we will buy a whole new studio. Really, I don't know. I don't want to have to drive to a studio.
No.
Actually, I think it's better if I don't win all that money.
Yeah.
I think it's better if I keep myself grounded, and the Jupiter Kamini is we just see what happens.
We'll see. Yeah, exactly.
So
don't risk it, but play your luck.
Whoa. You just told me to play my luck.
Not the whole.
Say that shit with your chest. And Tony D dropping that Big Gay Brunch video. It's very good. It's not out yet. I'm going to premiere it tonight, but by the time they're hearing this episode, it'll be out. And we are recording extremely early this week because I'm going to Florida tomorrow to meet my niece.
Oh.
For the first time.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited.
The Gunkle moment.
Gunkle moment. I get to go see the baby. My mom and grandma have gone down there twice, and they keep sending me pictures. And Allie has said to me, you were really against like having babies, but now you really seem to be in baby mode. And I am. This is correct. But I'm also very excited that I'm just the Gunkle.
Yeah.
I get to roll in, hold the baby, see the baby, fuck up the algorithm with pictures of me and the baby. Come on. And then I get to leave.
Yep.
I don't have to put the baby to bed. I don't have to change the diapers. I don't have to feed the baby. I just get to hang out with the baby. And I was talking to some guys this weekend who were like, oh, being an uncle is the best. You just send them cool gifts, and then you show up, and they're like, you're the coolest person ever. And you're like, great, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
One of the guys, he said, this is very New York City of him, but he goes, yeah, I'm rich. So I send my niece all the nice clothes. And I went to visit her, and she said, Mom said you get me all the good clothes. And he goes, I do. And she goes, I like you more than her. Awesome. Let's get into New York City. I did some things Friday just to make you jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. We got into town, and luckily, Jimmy Lloyd just got a new car.
Oh.
All right. I gave you some news Friday before I left about the future of a particular film. I'm not going to like discuss this, but there's a film that has been shelved indefinitely of a very large video game franchise because of Jimmy Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
Well, turns out they got him hooked up with a new car. So he now has a set car. It was kind of, they had to do a little workaround of things because you're not supposed to pay somebody to be in a documentary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was a workaround. And so he got a car. He said, I'll pick you up at the airport. I said, this is awesome. I said, do you want to go to this show with me, Jimmy? And he said, what show? And I said, it doesn't matter, Jimmy. Just come to the fucking show. And he said, cool, let's do it. Picks me up. New York City traffic is ass already. We make our way across town to the Brooklyn Paramount Theater, which is beautiful. Apparently it's newer, which I didn't know because it's set up to be like very old school, decorative, beautiful.
Yeah.
Lovely. Now, we were walking around, and it was the lovely Adam from Orange Crush and Cultural Council who took us to the show, got tickets from his friend who runs a ticketing service that is scheduled to take out Ticketmaster. Shout out to Dice Ticketing. They're doing their best to upset the market. Very exciting stuff. But you know this artist who taped a banana to the wall?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So he was there, and we're walking around, and Adam was like, oh, he's like a really famous artist. And he was like, he's the one who tape the banana to the wall. And watching these hipsters like trip over themselves because they noticed this guy and we're like, oh my God, like, I can't believe he's here.
It's Banana Guy.
It's Banana Guy. He's one of the most. It's Art Week. It's Banana Man. Like, it was very just like, I was like, oh, cool. Like, it just looked like a dude to me.
And on the weekend of the Cheese Balls Guy.
Yeah, well, that, you know, it is NADA, which is the New Artist Directory Association Week. So it's all these the New Art Dealers Association Week. So it's the sort of like new school of art in New York that's taking over. That's like, hey, the old dealers are fucking this up. We're going to be our own thing. So there's a lot of like art exhibitism. But I did see Cheese Balls Guy in New York who was there eating the whole thing of cheese balls as a demonstration to free Palestine, I think. Right?
I don't. The people in the crowd were chanting "Lisan Al Gaib." So yeah,
he's the new chosen one. The spice must flow, and the spice is cheese dust.
Yes,
and his eyes are turning orange instead of blue. Okay. They said he copied the Philly chicken guy.
Oh,
who is a guy who is a performance man who is eating a lot of chicken in Philly. They said he's just copying Philly, which I think that's kind of what New York is. It's we take something that you were doing and we do it and we get popular for it. Go fuck yourself. I think that's fine. You know, you go to New York City. You live in Philly. Like, we're from Philly. We live in New York City, right? That's kind of the vibe. So Banana Man was there. I didn't fucking care. You know, I'm one of the most famous performance artists of my generation. And so like, great, like I'm really proud of you for getting over taping a banana to a wall, but like, what's next, motherfucker? Okay, what are you gonna tape an orange? Yeah, grapes. You gonna tape grapes? Are you excited for the Knuckles series coming out?
I was never.
He loves grapes.
Okay, it does.
I love grapes.
Is that
Idris Elba? Yeah, he's like, will there be? Then at the end when they're playing baseball in Sonic 2, after Sonic turns into Gold Sonic and saves them from Dr. Robotnik, and they're playing baseball, and he says, well, let's go get ice cream, and he's like, what? Will there be grapes in it? It's a fucking, I laugh out loud every time. Sonic 3, Shadow's coming, teased at the end of Sonic 2, and played by who else? Keanu Reeves. He's playing Shadow, who is created in a laboratory to kill Sonic. Did you ever play Sonic Adventures 2?
No. I was more of a Mega Man.
Play through the city, just watch me go. One of the best soundtracks of all time. Okay, so we go to this concert. What concert was it? Where was the Banana Man? Who was there with us? It was 106 Point Never, which very awesome to go to that show. Now, here's what's crazy.
We've had a lot of Benny Safdie talk on the podcast this week, and this is another connection.
Another connection. And I think, like you said, I don't know how much more touring he's going to be doing because he's doing a lot of film soundtracks now.
The most anxiety-driven soundtracks of all fucking time.
Yeah, well, so was the show. I was talking at one point to Adam, and I was like, I love how it's most of a concert. Like, it'd be like, as soon as it gets to the point where it's like, you feel like there's going to be a beat drop or a moment where there's like real dancing, he's like, next song. But I want to point out that this 106 Point Never set, pretty basic setup, right? He's got the table, he's got the thing, he's got the lights, he's got smoke machines, he's got fucking cool stuff. But on the side of the stage, now, you know, I'm a big Charlie Kaufman fan, and he's famous for some of his puppetry work within certain films. He has a recreation of the stage with a live puppeteer doing puppet motion of him on the stage performing with a handy cam shooting the puppet performing as it's behind him on the screen. So it looks like it's him, but it's the puppet behind him. I got videos out. You got to see this. But the guy is doing live puppeteering, and they've got a camera on him, and it's this small setup right to the right of him of them doing live puppeteering of him DJing while he's DJing with it portrayed behind him. So sick.
That's incredible. That is incredible.
It was magic.
So what, like, song selection?
We can just pull up the we can pull up the set list.
Like, was it just album stuff, or did he play any production from any, like, was there any of the new Weekend stuff? Was there any good times in there? Any uncut gems?
There was not any of that, but it was a very wide selection. Hold up, I have to let me while I pull this up. There's a package on the way to us that I just that's an adventure package. A very large adventure package that I'm putting you in charge of. Okay. Shout out Real Kind Meds. Hold on, let me pull this up. This is the great thing about the future, because like if it was, let's say it's 1978 and I went to see I went to see a band play, and you'd be like, well, what'd they play? Like I would have had to write it all down. But now
Yeah.
I can just go to Setlist FM and I can click the show I was at.
And it'll tell you.
And it will tell you what
I was
playing.
obsessively going on that site during the last 1975 tour just for all the notes of this song plays here. Maddie eats meat on side
Maddie
of stage.
eats some meat. Maddie gets a tattoo live.
Oh, shit.
Now, we were upstairs in the VIP balcony, too, so we had a view of everything. But this place was standing room only, packed.
Oh, this is a crazy list.
It was great. And then he had a live cello player come out for the last two songs.
That's so cool.
Which is very, very cool. Felt like there were a lot of cool celebs there that night. Now, you may be asking yourself, who opens for One O Tricks Point Never?
You saw that thing that I sent you, right?
Which thing?
The review of the show that you were at?
Oh, yeah. Incredible. So the opener was Sarah Squirm. Sarah Sherman from SNL. You may recognize her from there. But she's also known for just like, if she's not on SNL being told what to say, she's one of the most absurd, weird, out there comedians of all time. And the person sent the review. Did you just send the picture of it? Can I just pull this up?
Yes.
I want to read this live if we can.
So you texted me video of what appeared to be someone playing surgery footage on stage.
Yeah, they got their throat checked. And showed us. Was this on Twitter you sent it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pulling this up now. Oh, I just got paid for the candles. Darling, it's beautiful.
You'll have to browse by the Dolphin of Pestilence.
The Dolphin of Pestilence, Bottle Dick Dolphin. This is from the r/1otricks.never subreddit. Title: The comedian opener in New York was bizarre. OPN was absolutely incredible, but the opener spent like an hour doing some sort of Illuminati humiliation ritual. She did a bit for like 10 minutes where she literally just talked about how much body hair she has and how disgusting it is. I don't know if I've ever seen someone bomb so hard. Closed out her set by doing a 20-minute bit asking everyone to imagine their dad having sex with a conch shell. Did anyone see this, or did I fall into a K-hole and imagine it in my head? I want to say that I got there and I like as soon as we're walking in, Sarah Squirm hit the stage and I was like, holy shit. And I was like, Jimmy, you know who that is? And he's like, no. I was like, it's fucking Sarah Squirm. And he's like, I don't know. And then he's watching and he goes, she's really weird. And I was like, I guess if you don't know who this person is, it makes, but also like AJ has a picture of Sarah Squirm on his fridge. Like it's,
wow.
We're big Squirm fans in this house. Shout out Sarah Sherman. You were incredible. What a mystery. I think they had another DJ like before and then had her come out in between, but it was like definitely like not a listed opener. And it made me so happy to get there. But I did hesitate a little once again. Sometimes I share things with you, and I'm not bragging. I'm not like being a braggadocious person. But sometimes I share things like that with AJ, and he's like, you're just rubbing it in my face that I'm not there. And I'm like, no. I'm excited. It's cool. I thought you'd like this. And he's like, but I'm not there. So, yeah, I was rubbing it in his face. After the show, I'm not going to roast anybody here, but Adam was like, let's go to my friend's place. And I was like, we might just go to the hotel. He's like, just come over for a minute. I was like, cool. He's got this massive Tribeca penthouse apartment where you just like go in and you're like, they're like asking you what you do for a living. And like in some places I can be like, explain Effy, and it's very cool. And then some places you're explaining it and you're going, I think he knows I'm financially ruined. I think he can tell as I'm saying this that I'm not doing well right now. Like I'm doing well, but also I could not afford 1 month's mortgage in this apartment.
Right.
Like the 4-story penthouse on top of a Tribeca gallery. I could not pay 1 month of mortgage on this apartment. And I'm just like, yeah. So I just, I go around and get beat up. I have a lot of concussions. They give me a couple $100 and, sell some pictures of myself. And he's like, yeah, cool. You're like, I don't think he means that. But we get there and we're hanging out. And then we almost immediately, please don't take this the wrong way, Adam. We almost immediately get ditched. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go hang out. And I was like, okay. And so then it's just us in this dude's house with his friend. And I was like, it wasn't weird or anything, but it was just like, yeah, like, I guess we're going to go. It's okay. See you guys. See, and then they're like, no, just stay a little bit. We stayed a little bit, and then we eventually left. But here's the problem: we get to the hotel later than I expected. All the parking decks are closed. Like,
Oh,
it's New York.
God.
I'll pay for parking. Okay, it's expensive. It's annoying. It's shitty. It's hard to drive anywhere in the city. All of the parking decks are closed. So now, instead of just checking into the hotel after a very long day, I have to drive around for over an hour
Oh.
searching for street parking in the fucking financial district of New York City, near Wall Street, near the fucking World Trade Center. Did you see the video? Did I send you the video?
Yes.
Crazy fact about New York City. There used to be two of these. We're going to get to a very poor 9/11 joke
different
soon.
than the one that existed before.
It's like they did a renovation. No one knows what happened. The 9/11 memorial thing where you can go down into it, it looks like a dead whale. Like, it's like the...
What?
I'm going to show you a picture of this thing because I was like, there is no way. My mother went in 2004, and it was just the open hole memorial thing. But now they have this building that is... it from the outside looks like literally... I'm trying to find... Okay, yeah, here's the building. You see the... It's way bigger up close, but it's literally looks like in Lion King when they go down to the, like, where the elephant skeletons are. Like, it looks like the rib cage of a dead whale.
It also weirdly looks like modernist art, like fins of a plane.
Ooh.
It doesn't.
It's not, yeah. It doesn't seem appropriate. It was a very busy area. They've got a Zara right near there, though, so I found some shoes that
I
I
mean,
liked.
that's. We're gonna talk about memorials.
Yeah, you can't have a never forget sale without some shoes from Zara.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to get to the worst 9/11 joke soon. We went to bed. Now, we had to be up early because they were having the New York City Art Book Fair, which is an outdoor, very serious art book fair. And art books are like, you know, like books of art, right? Like, it's not like a book you read about art. It's like books of art.
There's art in the books.
There's art in the books. And it's up in, you know, like Chelsea area, little south of Hell's Kitchen. And they close off the whole street. Once again, we have to drive to get there. I have to park. It's a nightmare.
It's a little rude that Hell has to put their kitchen up here. There's no room down there.
There is no room down there. All right, hold up. I have to send. Okay, I can do it on. Let me just do this real quick before I forget what I'm doing. Just make it through. Yeah, make a note there. Follow me, set me free. Trust me, and we'll get escape from the city. Just watch me go. Sorry, I have to.
Damn, the power is still out at the store.
Really?
Yeah, the whole block is down. Said a tree fell.
A tree fell?
Yeah, it's like the entire strip.
But not us?
Not us.
Okay, I think I did it.
Oh, speaking of almost, I didn't tell you about the glass fall.
Oh, you showed me the picture of the glass fall.
Yeah.
You did not tell me about the glass fall, though.
Okay, so it's at the store this weekend. We have big glass cases, and I would like to see the security footage from this, just because you know when shit like this happens.
You don't have access to the security footage?
I don't have access to the store sales numbers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. And so I walk by one of these cases, and one of my employees also, coolest fucking name, Damian Moon Jr.
What? That's his real name?
That's his real name.
Hi there, I'm Damian Moon Junior, like my
That's
father.
when we went to go see Immaculate. That's who, remember I ran into somebody
Yeah.
and then immediately ran past
Yeah.
them to get into the movie.
Yeah, because he had just seen it, right?
Yeah, I told him the other day, I said, hey, that wasn't me being rude. I hate spoilers, and I knew that there was a potential for you to tell me if you like the movie or not, which I consider to be a spoiler.
Okay.
So I had to get past you as quick as possible. So I walk by this case.
I thought it was a good sign. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you know him, and he said he liked it. Okay.
Yeah. So he yells my name, and I jumped, and I look back, and one of the doors from the glass case just goes.
Yeah, the very tall glass case.
Mhm.
It didn't break though.
It didn't break though.
Are you trying to get into deathmatch?
No,
Because that's like the pain set to the side. I was like, oh, he's probably doing a spot, doing a. What are you gonna do? Powerbomb through the pain?
Yeah, it probably would have been pretty incredible workers' compensation. I have to imagine.
Do you know if it's, there's different kinds of glass, obviously.
Yeah.
Was this sort of the shatter glass, or was this is it tempered glass, or would this have just gone into spiky strips that go through you? We don't know.
I don't
We're gonna
know.
Go look. I'm gonna go take a look when I go up there next time to see what kind of glass it is.
Yeah,
There are two types of glass. There's one I will not fuck with. There's one I don't want to fuck with, but there's one I will not fuck with.
Okay.
If it's not tempered glass, it doesn't shatter in small pieces. It shatters into just like spikes.
Yeah.
And then slits you open.
Yeah.
So part of me is going, I really hope that's tempered glass. But if it's not, let's just stay clear of all the shelving.
I think I might take all of those doors off this week.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I did send one of my employees out to the little metaphysical shop down the street and buy a bundle of sage.
Just to clean the fucking air?
Yeah.
Yeah, put that on the company card, please. Whatever it takes. So we wake up and we've got to go park, and we go to the New York Art Book Fair, where we are supposed to have a match in the street. Now, historically in wrestling, if you're really into what I'm doing and you're a fan and you're excited, it's pretty fun. But also, if you're not and you don't really want it to happen, it is so much more fun because you're like, yeah, you're going to have to deal with this. And it makes you just start acting even more absurd. So we set up early at the art fair, and we're sort of like, we have our setup, we have our table. It's all the art hipsters. No offense to that. Like, I'm not like, oh, hipsters. I'm like, this is just like, I've never seen so many varieties of twink. Like, there are so many twinks. 70s cowboy twink, 70s rock and roll twink, 70s bell-bottom twink. And somebody said to me, I've never seen so many different types of shoes. That was the vibe. But like, I was like, I didn't even know these kind of twinks existed. It was like, it was just like a real, a fashion show of twinks. There's other people there too, but I was, I know what I'm looking for. Okay. I know what I'm looking for. We get to the point where we're supposed to have this tag team match, right? And we've got the Visitors book with Nick Carp. If you haven't ordered a copy, go ahead and do it. It's beautiful. It's magic. That was the whole reason we were there this weekend, putting over the book. This was the first of the 3 required appearances that I was doing in New York City. And we were waiting, and Allie's coming back from Edmonton. Now, she won a match at Love Wrestling against the Rhinestone Cowboy Stephen Crow, which guaranteed a spot for us in a tag match the next month.
Ooh.
So I will be there on May 31st.
Also, Allie getting out of Canada is a victory.
It's a victory, but she landed pretty late. She was not going to be able to get into the city fast enough. So we said, fuck it. It's going to be a triple threat match. Now, are you familiar with Ricky Berwick?
No.
Okay, Ricky Berwick, I'm not going to call him what he calls himself. Okay.
Okay.
He is a handicapped, disabled streamer, and he has a real fucking problem with Joey Janela. Now, there was some controversy, and if you're listening to this, he did at one point call Joey Janela a particular gay slur. And here's what I want to say. If I was not allowed the use of my limbs and was in a wheelchair and was that disabled, I think I would want somebody to give me the pass. And I'm giving you the pass. I think if you're bound to a wheelchair like that, you can say it. You got enough to deal with in your life. But Joey said, don't do that. Take it. And he's like, okay. I got excited. He is a streamer with 500,000 Twitter followers. He has a lot of people watching him. And
500,000.
Yeah. It's I'm going to I'm going to show you this clip from our street fight in front of the people at the book fair who did not want us to be there. Now, he did feed me. I'm in the background of this clip. Just come take a look at this clip here real quick. So this is us in the middle of the street. I'm laying in my denims. And Joey's going to attack Ricky Berwick.
Oh.
You see Dan Perch in the background.
Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, my God.
He feeds me hot sauce. He showed up for our fight. He had his hot sauce. He did pour some hot sauce. Look at my confusion in the back. What the fuck is happening? So that video got what looks to be, 7,000 likes, 65 quote tweets. Just incredible stuff. Ricky Berwick taking him out and creating a magic moment of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Because then broski Jimmy Lloyd ran at me with a chair. And what happened? I rolled his ass up. Now, during this fight, Joey Janela attacked me while riding a bicycle, very reminiscent of Kota Ibushi and DDT. And then Joey Janela set up a table and climbed the top of a rock structure and was going to jump off onto Jimmy on this table. And they said, watch your head, because there was a old sign lamppost above him. So he then grabs the sign lamppost. It is old and it is New York City, and these buildings are a little bit shit. And the whole thing bends down, and then he falls and hits the table, and the table doesn't break. But the building was broken. And Adam was out there, and he was like, holy shit, I think they're going to make me pay for this building. And I said, listen, it's New York City. They've had way worse building damage.
Uh-huh.
Never forget. To which he just kind of looked at me and went, oh, okay. Horrible. I also accosted a TSA pre-check worker this week where I said, did you get one yet? He said, what? And I said, would they give you a little badge if you finally got one? I said, 23 years. Not one of y'all has done it yet. I said, come on. I'm waiting. Because I think I was complaining because the person scanning the stuff through was so slow, so it was taking forever. And I was like, oh, are they going to be the one? Are they going to find one? Because y'all haven't gotten one yet, 23 years. So I was already in the mood. Being right next to the new One World Trade Center. They call it One World Trade Center because there used to be two. They don't know what happened. Never forget. I just want to say that if you are at this point offended by 9/11 jokes, you are out of my demographic.
Yeah.
Because if you're 18 to 34, that shit is either hilarious or you were not alive for it, okay? If you're older than that and you're still into it, I think you need to look back and see what we did in Iraq because it was like they told George Bush, hey, we think it was these people. And he was like, well, what if we go after these people instead? They're brown too. It's close enough, right? And it was sort of, I don't know. I think Dick Cheney did the whole thing. So
yeah.
And he doesn't even have a human heart.
Nope.
He has a robot heart or a pig's heart. I can't remember. Either way, oink, oink, motherfucker. We cannot wait for you to die. We are all waiting for you to die. My favorite painting, George Bush has been doing paintings. You saw this?
Uh-huh.
And my favorite painting he ever did was with the blood of innocents in the streets of Iraq. Just painted the whole town red. Fuck George W. Bush. Fuck Dick Cheney. Fuck the Iraq War. Fuck the New York Police Department. Fuck firefighters, okay? You know why they become firefighters? To commit arson. And then they get to go be heroes by stopping. Oh, we'll stop the fire. Who fucking started it? Firefighters, okay? Why do people become EMTs? Let me get real deep on this. To fondle the genitals of dead people. Do you think we're going to have to remove this part?
It's not going to be
all
a TikTok
emergency
clip,
workers.
that's for sure.
All emergency workers are in it for the wrong reasons. And if you choose that job, okay? If you choose that job, I know why.
This is the test of are you really listening to the podcast?
Yeah, we're going to lose some listenership this week. Oops. April. It's almost May. It's going to be great.
Almost May.
It's going to be May. You know that song?
Uh-huh.
Did you see Trolls World Tour yet?
I did not.
Okay, so we got to watch all 3 Trolls films, and we got to watch all 5 Despicable Me and Minions films.
Do we have to?
Well, yeah, before
Can we do
Despicable Me 4 comes out, and then there's 6.
actually serious? Can we do Roadhouse and then Gyllenhaal Roadhouse
Yes.
for Patreon?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
Because
I was
Terry
gonna
Funk.
I was gonna throw it on the other night, but it didn't feel right not to watch it with you because I don't.
I'm gonna
feel
be
like
so fired up watching
the
original Roadhouse.
experience of watching that movie with you would
Yes.
probably be the best way to see it.
It's so good. He rips a man's throat out, dude. He rips a man's throat out on the beach. All right, I'm not spoiling it anymore. It's incredible. All right. Yeah, are we going to enjoy the Gyllenhaal Conor McGregor one? I don't know, maybe. Does it have Terry Funk? No. Am I Terry Funk? Yes. I'll tell you what, kid. You got to save this Roadhouse.
The take that I keep hearing from the Gyllenhaal movie is that it would have been a perfect movie if it was just McGregor the entire time.
I never done any acting before, but I got there and had a great time. I was fucking hammered the whole time. Jake Gyllenhaal's a pussy. That's
I've
my
heard his
McGregor.
performance described as just as cocaine face.
Yeah, I believe it. What else do you think that guy's doing? They pay him millions of dollars to get in fights. It's good for both parts of it, spending the money and getting in fights. Just do cocaine, McGregor. We're here for it. We're fine with it. Check your heart. Take maybe a lipid reducer and, give us what we want. Fights.
Yeah.
We want fights. He didn't even know he was in a movie. He just
I
kept
don't
going
think he
action, and he was like, "Dar, yeah, I'll fucking kill you." It's a little too Scottish for him, but it doesn't matter. I'm not working on my McGregor being better. I'm not trying to do a good McGregor. I'm trying to make fun of him. He's only 4'11".
Damn.
So in his weight category, he's a very good fighter. But if you just put your hand in front of his face, he can't even swing at you. I'll get you. I'll get you. I'll get me Lucky Charms. Little guy. I could beat him. Everybody's like, yeah, a lot of people think they could beat McGregor. I'm like, dog, I'm 6'8". 6'8". I think I could step on him. Kick him in his little nuts. Oh, me Lucky Charms. Oh, God. Okay, so we finish up. We have this street fight. Ricky Berwick pours hot sauce in my mouth, which was his brand of hot sauce, which was fucking way hotter than I expected. I'm wearing the same jeans that I haven't cleaned. I'm just going to be honest. And there's hot sauce on my jeans.
Oh, God.
Someone perched, the referee came up and he goes, "Are you bleeding?" I was like, "No, it's hot sauce. It's all over my fucking face." So I'm just in the streets of New York. Now, Joey and Jimmy are getting ready and they're putting their gear on. And I went, I didn't bring any gear. So I just take my shirt off and I'm in the street. I just want to say, I'm fucking jacked. I'm fucking jacked, people. I'm not playing games anymore. I took my shirt off and they went, "Oh my God."
You came to the vape store before you left, and everyone was just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I've been going to the gym. Been eating a lot of meat. The other day for lunch, you know what I ate? Pound of ground beef. Okay. This morning, I picked us up energy drinks. You know what I ate? One of them key lime pie ice cream sandwiches. I just keep eating and working out and punching people in the face, and it's phenomenal. Now, after we left there, we had to go directly to Clifton, New Jersey.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Conan talked about his Hot Ones experience. Yeah? He didn't feel anything.
He's a ginger.
Yeah, he fully
Does spicy food affect you? You're like mild ginger. You're like an Auburn, and he's a ginger.
Yeah, I think we might be playing on slightly different levels there. Yeah. But the way that he was talking about drinking the hot sauce and all the his experience of it is how I feel about getting tattoos.
Like, it just doesn't...
Where everyone goes, this should be hurting you way more than you're reacting to. And I go, it's really not that bad. He was just like, it's not that bad. He's like, there was on the Conan HBO show, there was another spot that he did at a restaurant where he was, really affected by the spice. He was like, yeah, I was faking that. I was playing that up for the camera.
He was acting? Mm-hmm. Acting. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
So apparently Conan can handle spicy shit because of the Irish thing.
Well, Ireland. Me Lucky Charms. Let's do our own little hot one. See, I like eating spicy stuff because my nose has been broken 5 times.
Yeah.
So sometimes breathing is difficult.
Yeah.
And then when I have spicy food, my sinus is clear.
One of the best ways to kill a cold is to eat really spicy, really greasy food.
I got yelled at a Thai restaurant one time for asking for Thai spicy, and the little old lady came out of the kitchen in front of everyone. Have I told you this?
Maybe.
The little old lady came out of the kitchen. She goes, "No, you don't want this. You don't want this." And I said, I do. And at that point, I was like, everyone in the restaurant's looking over like,
Yeah.
I'm not a little baby. And then I got it, and then I ate it, and I've never had food go that quickly through my entire digestive system.
Woo.
Like I cleared out in about 20 minutes totally. It just, my body was like, nope, not happening. Not today, not ever. So we get in the car. I drive more. Jimmy tricks me into being the chauffeur, but also like I'm kind of a control freak. So like Jimmy did drive me to the airport on Monday, and I was very glad I took the stress on of driving all weekend because it's stressful. I hate it. It's very like you miss a turn and you end up in Brooklyn, which I did. It's horrible. But having someone else driving there, even more stressful to be in the car for them. I just want to say like, shout out to everybody driving Uber and taxis in New York City, because if I did it for 2 or 3 days in a row, I would commit a very large act of domestic terrorism. Guaranteed. Horrific.
And it's there was a great Radiolab story about the medallions, because it's like $1 million for one of those things.
Right. And then Uber basically fucked all that
up.
Yeah. I think anyone who sells taxi medallions, we should hang them publicly. I think this should be fine. Am I turning into a dark?
Isn't there
I
like
can't go to New York that often.
There's a bunch of crazy union shit too, like entertainment industry wise in New York, right? Like, isn't there restrictions on like fights and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah. For the commission there,
yeah.
Which is why we were doing a performance.
Right.
It was a performance.
Yeah, I was wondering if that would like dip into
And
that
I didn't know
territory.
the performance was going to be like a fight performance, because I've been practicing Magical Mr. Mistopheles for fucking 4 weeks. Oh, well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as Magical Mr. Mistopheles. Bow, bow, bow. And then he shoots the wizard fire. You want to watch Cats? Did you ever see Cats, the movie?
Yeah, the original one.
No.
No.
Taylor Swift?
No.
Jason
No.
Derulo.
No.
You know who he plays? The Rum Tum Tugger. The Rum Tum Tugger is a curious cat. What about I'm sorry. What about Grisabella the Glamour Cat? Maybe all alone in the moonlight. It's not playing in New York City anymore. I can't even go see Cats.
So that was my dad's favorite song, and it was the only time he ever showed emotion, is he would weep to that song, and everyone else in my family would just kind of have to sit there and let him have his moment.
I was happier then. I just want to say that what's really fascinating to me, Andrew Lloyd Webber, who created many musicals, Xanadu, Phantom of the Opera, and Cats. Cats, not the only pussy he's into. Who would have guessed? That guy fucks women. Have you seen him before?
No. Yeah.
One of my ultimate fears in life is like I'm having a dinner party. Like we're just having some people over. We're having dinner. Like maybe I make a lasagna. We have a garlic bread. And Andrew Lloyd Webber shows up, because there's no dinner party you can have where he would be like, this impresses me. You know what I mean? Like there's no way he'd show up to your house and like not like in the back of his mind be thinking like, I can't believe you live like this. You disgusting little freak. Ugh, lasagna. What is this? You're barely a human. Like if he showed up, it's over for me. I'd be so anxious all night, because there's no way you're impressing that guy.
No.
The guy who created the falling chandelier built into a theater of the Phantom of the Opera. Even the Phantom's like, he lives in a dirty basement full of water. It's like the most beautiful cathedral you've ever seen. And you're like, yeah. So even he thinks that if you're an outcast of society,
you have water features.
You have a fountain in your fucking dungeon where you trap women. Angel of music. I don't know. Cats, one of the best of all time. Not on Broadway anymore. You know, this is where I agree with Patti LuPone. People used to care about theater, and now they just have TikTok ADD, and they want everything right in front of them, and they're not willing to learn about 30 different cats before the Jellicle Ball to see who's chosen to go to the top.
You know who else is a massive Andrew Lloyd Webber fan?
Who?
Donald Trump.
You know, I love all the plays of Andrew Lloyd Webber. We both love women. We both love the music of Sarah Brightman. I don't know. He's been shitting himself in court. I imagine he would like a play to go on in front of him.
There is an incredible clip that I can't find. It was a Chapo Trap House exclusive. They found some old interview with him where he is just waxing poetic about how much he loves Phantom.
I can see why he would like Phantom. And I bet he's a big fan of Raul, you fucking Republican piece of shit. All right. Yeah, okay. Raul may not have kidnapped her. Okay. He might have been a good boy, but like, come on, dude. It's Phantom. He's trying to show his love with his disfigured face. He's disfigured. He's been watching her grow up in the theater.
That was the other thing is he was going and doing these like town hall meetings and blasting the Gerard Butler Phantom soundtrack.
Unbelievable. Gerard Butler doesn't make for a good Phantom. He's not disfigured. His voice is not there. He can't even hit those low notes like the Phantom does. Okay, how am I supposed to believe he's the angel of music? Sounds like the devil of music to me, okay? I'll tell you that. My Donald Trump's falling apart just like him.
Just like him.
Thank God. That's the thing. Now it's funnier to do bad impressions of Donald Trump because it makes him mad as he shits his diaper. You know what Donald Trump and my niece have in common? They shit in a diaper. Oh yeah. Okay, so we go to Clifton, New Jersey for the JCW show, which is a Sopranos themed show. The strong silent type, and it's all soprano shit. And I get there and I thought I was being fucking ribbed, right? Because, you know, I don't want to brag, but I'm Effy. I'm not usually going on that early in the night. And I got there and they said, you're match one. And I figured it out because it's a YouTube show. It's a free YouTube show. So if Effy goes on first, everybody will be talking about Effy and then everybody will tune into the YouTube show. So it was me versus Brandon Kirk. Are you familiar with Brandon Kirk?
I believe you've mentioned him.
Yeah, he's tall, handsome. He has a wife named Casey Kirk who's fighting Joey Janela. Now, Bussy has fought them in a tag match before, but boy, I've never had Brandon Kirk in a singles contest. And this was a new venue for us. It was great. It was live on YouTube. And I thought I was really into Brandon Kirk. And I found out midway through the match, you know, he wasn't Troye Sivan getting me started, if you will.
Oh.
And so the whole match was built around him trying to get me into it. And me not really being into it. And it was fucking hilarious. It's free on YouTube. I hope everybody goes to watch it. It was a very fun night. Allie fought CPA. Joey fought Casey Kirk. But Griffin McCoy and the lovely Jordan Oliver were in a crazy street fight main event that was nuts. And they bled everywhere. And they broke the ring down. And they broke shit. But one of the funniest moments was earlier in the day. Brett was betting Jimmy he couldn't break a real table. And they were throwing money on top of the table like, you can't do it. And then Jimmy jumps off the top through the table. This is before the show is even happening. And breaks the table. And then Jordan's like, what? I was going to use that table in the show. And he's like, he thought I couldn't break it. And he was like, I just want to see if he could break it. And it was like, but that was we were supposed to use that table. And it was just them doing dumb boy bets of, I bet you can't break that fucking table, Jimmy. God. It was incredible. We had a fun time. We rode back to the city and everybody decided they wanted to go out on the town, right? And we had the gallery opening the next day. We're going to be doing a round table discussion at the gallery. And we got back to the hotel at a reasonable hour and they were like, we're all going to go out on the town. You know what I did? I went to bed. It was so nice. They all went out. I went to fucking bed. Now, I wake up. And I look over, and Jimmy had just gotten back to the room. And I don't want to out him here. But I go, Jimmy. He goes, it's 9 a.m. I just got back. Go back to sleep. And we went right back to sleep. Now, once again, New York testing me. When I got there Friday, I was saying to myself, this is incredible. I'm in the same place for 3 days. I'm in the same hotel for 3 days. I'm going to get to sleep in. I'm going to get to hang out every day. Wrong. There was a flood at the Courtyard Marriott.
Oh, no.
So the first night they said there's a flood. We're going to have to move you to this property next door at the Residence Inn, but only for this night. And then you'll have to check back in and then move back into the other property when you check out at 11. I said, okay, fine. Well, at least I'll get 2 days in a row. And then we get back and they go, oh, there's still a flood. Now you have to go to a completely different property for this night, check out at 11 and move back into this property. And I was like, oh my God. So there was 0 days that I got to stay in the hotel room for the actual time.
Damn.
I'm hopeful this week that I have a hotel room through Saturday that I'm like, please just let me stay in the fucking Ramada Tampa airport for 3 days and sleep in. Like I'm going to hang out with my brother Wednesday. They're leaving Thursday. I'm going to go to the beach. We're going to hang out. Cole Radrick's coming down early. We're just going to be beach bums. We have the show Friday in Tampa. I'm hoping I can just like wake up and go like, I don't have to leave this hotel room right now. Knocking on the door. Checkout's 11. Checkout's 11. Was there a late checkout? Not in New York City. There's not ever. Ever. It was fine. You know, like it's at a certain point you're laughing because you're like, I assumed convenience.
Yeah.
And they go, it's New York City. You get nothing. You get nothing. So I didn't get to stay for any of the days. We woke up though. Me and Jimmy went and got sandwiches. And then we headed to the gallery opening. And the gallery opening was at the Cultural Council, second floor. All the huge photos, the visitors book. And I just want to say, people fucking showed out for this thing. There were so many people packing this gallery. And we got to sit and do a full roundtable discussion with everybody, most of everybody who was on the Japan trip, talking about stuff. And Joey Janela told a story where he made reference to some things that I think were illicit. And then Jimmy, and I hope this recording never comes out, Jimmy then told one of the greatest stories known to man, which is the story of him getting kidnapped in Tokyo by Nigerians. Will I repeat this story? No, I will not. Should he have even told the story? Absolutely not. I'm sitting there during this thing with my hands in my head.
Oh,
like,
God.
I can't believe this story's even being told. I can't believe what's coming out of his mouth in front of all these people. I am sad to be a part of it. And I'm going, please stop. Please stop.
No.
It's one of those stories where it's like completely out of control. And you're going, it's not really the story that's the problem. It's basically that you're kind of informing everyone that we're out of control.
Right.
And yes, you're telling it just about you, but clearly we're all around each other.
Yeah, we're all implicated in this.
Yeah, we are implicated in this story.
You are our coworker. You are describing things that have happened.
The phone.
Oh, God.
And I'm going,
God. Oh, God.
It's also one of the first time I've worn pants in public in front of wrestling fans. So I think they enjoyed that. But we finished that up and we went out to a beautiful Italian dinner. I'm sorry, I'm like sweating.
That reminded me a little bit. Do we need to open a window?
I don't care. Whatever.
I was once on a missions trip and we were in high school. Mexico. Mexico is
No. Like what was the point of the mission? What were you trying to? Oh.
Yeah.
It's funny that he's all powerful, but he needs a little help getting things out there.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the word out? It's like, can't you turn water into wine, dude? That guy was dead and you made him wake up. And he's like, yeah, but could you just go tell some people?
Yeah.
I can't really.
Yeah.
You'd think he could broadcast it, but no, he needs help on his mission.
So we were at a sister church in California. You know, they're hosting us and everything, and they go around the room asking us, and we don't really know these people or anything,
right?
And they're asking us, is there anything, before you head down to Mexico for your mission, anything that we can pray for? Anything you might be struggling with, anything that's on your mind, and one of the guys in our group starts talking about his problem with porn and masturbation, and everyone in the group just goes,
yeah, I love how it's like clearly a subject that they don't want to talk about, but if you're talking about it in the sense of like, will you pray for my problems? They're going to genuinely pray for the problems. But it really does sound a little braggadocious to be like, guys, I fucking jerk my ham so much and I look at titties. You guys should pray that I don't have to. I'm going to Mexico. Maybe I'll see the real thing. Okay. Maybe I'll have a christening.
Woo.
You think Mary Magdalene was I'm not going to use the word. It's a common term in the gay community for the women who like to follow around the gay men. Because I'm looking at Jesus with 12 of his friends in dresses walking around. He's walking on water so the dress doesn't get wet. And she's going, I'm coming too. And he's like, people are like, maybe Mary Magdalene and Jesus were an item. And you go, maybe she was barking up the wrong tree. He's rubbing oil in his long hair saying, Saul, your name is now Paul. Peter, come with me. Judas, you're a naughty little fuck, aren't you? We're going to go do miracles. I'm telling stories. We're doing a Sermon on the Mount. Mary, you can come. I know. I'm coming with you. Ooh. I've just been hanging out with all these boys. They've got a secret book. Oh, I bet they do. You may have been barking up the wrong tree, Mary Magdalene. It's not a word I'm going to use on air, but I'm allowed to use it because it's my culture. AJ the other day, one of his friends told him not to use that word. And I'm a big proponent of using that word. And he goes, how am I not going to use that word? Look at you. You are. Yeah. I love it. It's about ownership. It's about taking it back. Okay. My new version of the word that I like to use, I think I've used it around you, strag it, which is like if you go like if two people are getting married in a heterosexual wedding and they're trading rings and crying and they're throwing flower petals and they're wearing matching outfits, like you're a strag it.
And one of them playing a dance sequence for the
Yeah.
reception.
Me and my friends playing a dance sequence to impress my wife. Yeah, that's stragatry. Okay, that is pure stragatry. Oh, did you put some cake in her mouth? Did you get her messy? Strag it. Fucking straggots. Oh, did you come in her and make a baby come out? You fucking strag it. God, dude, go brag about cream pieing your wife. Ugh, strag it. So if you want to take that, you can. It's not technically a slur word yet, but it is. Oh, you can tell when I immediately say it. My other favorite, and this is me not saying the word, but this is what I think about when I'm booking big gay brunches. Some people are gay and some people just want to be booked. Then we call them fogots because it's faux. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're pansexual now? Ugh, fogot. That's, I mean, it's not technically a slur,
No.
but you know what I'm talking
Yep.
about. I gotta know that you put the dick in your mouth. Not mine, God forbid. But like, I can't risk my reputation on putting somebody in there who's not willing to say that it's true, which I've done before. I've gotten fucked on at Big Gay Brunch. I'll come out at the end of the match. Yeah. You fucking didn't. You fucking loser.
Damn.
Go put on your shiny shirt for Tony Khan. Yeah, I hold it against you. You loser. Okay. They'll figure it out if they want to. Sunday night, we went to that dinner. It's beautiful. Now, I will say this, though. I'm learning a lot about myself. It was wonderful to get to go to this beautiful Italian restaurant, Baccaro. We took over the whole basement of Baccaro. It's wonderful. It's lovely. We were served delicious cheeses and eggplant parmesan and steak and pasta and leaves, I guess, salad. I'm not eating that shit. And then I realized about halfway through this dinner, I fucking hate eating at restaurants with more than 3 people.
Yeah.
Because it takes so long. And I'm such an impatient little fuck. And this is a weakness on my part. This is my weakness, okay? I should just enjoy the fellowship, you know? As someone who worships the Dark Lord, we don't have enough fellowship for our people as a community interaction. So when there is fellowship, I should take it in. These are all my friends. These are all my friends from Japan, from wrestling. We're all together. But if I have to sit at a dinner table for more than an hour, I start freaking the fuck out. I don't even want to go sit down at Whataburger. I want to get the food and go. I don't want to be here in this restaurant longer than I have to. And I'm sitting at this dinner for roughly 3 hours, and I was losing my mind. And I was like, Jimmy, as soon as you're done eating this fucking panna cotta and tiramisu, we're getting the fuck out of here. We're getting the fuck out of here. And they were like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm fine. It's not y'all. It's me. I can't be here. So we went back to the hotel. Finally, same room. And went to bed. And then I flew home from LaGuardia on a Delta flight. And here I am. Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that New York City is a little fucking annoying. It's very fun. There's a lot going on. There's excitement all around, but I'm not fucking going there if I don't have to. That's what I'm here to say. How do you feel? You've never been?
I've never been. I have no real desire. I see photos and it doesn't. There's reasons that I would want to go do some weird shit. But,
yeah. I think it's fun, but I also think it tests my fucking limits in every way.
Yeah.
Every way. But it is like you are kind of like there's this remarkable thing of like I said, anything you want all the time, it's there. But also,
yeah,
you're reminded you're in New York City.
I don't know
every
if
few
that's
minutes.
a good thing.
It's I don't know. Big rats. Got rats? You like rats?
We got rats here.
Yeah, we do. I saw one of those outside of the store the other day, and I was like, "That's a dog."
Yep.
The possums are big here too. Bebop does not like possums. But listen. Some people are like, "Oh, Atlanta, it's southern." I'm like, "Yeah, I like the food. I like kind of being punk rock about being a homosexual. Like it's gay and black and wonderful and cultural here, but it's still the South, and it keeps that edge. If I was in New York, I would be just like Like there were just like straight guys walking around wearing dresses, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle this much
Yeah.
liberalism. I need a
Yeah.
little edge of like, you shouldn't be the way you are, and you're like, oh, but look at me, I am. And there's no look at me, I am. It's just like you're walking around and you're like, yeah, there's something absurd, and there's nothing weird about it. You're just a part of the crew, you know. I need to stand out. Okay, I can't. Living in the city, I don't feel like anyone's looking at me, and I need them to look at me. I need them to be like, what's going on there? What is that? Who is that? Okay? Not like, oh, like that's another person. Like, oh, I'm standing out. That's how I feel. What do we got? Do we have any questions
Yes,
this week?
we do.
Do we have questions? New York City. This week, I'm going to be in Tampa, Florida for the GCW show, Mance Warner, Last Man Standing. And then Sunday, I will be Pimpinella Escarlata's opponent at the World on Lucha, which is taking place at the White Eagle Hall, where we had the collective, the first collective I was ever a part of. In 2019, I was in the clusterfuck there. They recently had the J Cup there. Very excited to be back. White Eagle Hall with Pimpinella Escarlata, legendary Exotico Luchadora, and I think we're going to have a fantastic match. The following week, I will be at Freelance Wrestling defending the Tag Team Championships for the first time since we won them, because Ali will finally be there in Chicago, Illinois. That is Friday night, and it's going to be very exciting. And then the following week, I'm going to be at First Wrestling for the casino show with not only legendary superstar Bret Hart, but also Vix Crow, the former Alicia Fox. Molly Holly will be there as well, and some other superstars like Devon Monroe, like Ali Catch, like Free Range Kara, like Brandon Gore. I think it's going to be a very good time. I think Airwolf is there. Darius Martin is what he's known as now. But very exciting stuff on the front coming ahead. And then for the end of the month, where am I? Oh, Denver for Lucha Libre and Laughs on the 24th. Chicago for GCW at Talia Hall on the 25th. And the 26th, we will be in Columbus, Ohio for the return of Bussy to Columbus. I was there last time, but Alley Catch was not. So we will be there together as a part of a tag team. Very exciting.
Give me 1 second.
Take your time. Following that, May 31st, I'll be at Love Wrestling in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And then I will be at TOS. I'm not actively participating in TOS. And then I will be at Cage of Survival as well for GCW on Sunday. I will be wrestling that day. And then the following week, on my birthday, June 7th, I will be at Hood Slam in Oakland, California. On June 8th, I'm going to be hanging out, just vibing. And on June 9th, unannounced, I'm going to announce it right now, I will be returning to Full Queer in San Francisco, California. Very exciting. I'm excited to have a day off for my birthday, the day after my birthday. And I'm excited to be back at Full Queer. And I think we are going to have Thrusty appearances at both Hood Slam and Full Queer, which is very exciting because Thrusty don't lose, Bussy don't lose, and Effy sure as fuck don't lose.
Okay, questions. This is from Joshua. Would you rather have no hands or no feet?
No feet. I've really been looking to actively move to hooves. I don't like having toes that are just out there. I really don't like having fingers that are just out there. Like if I just had mitten hands, I think that'd be cool. I'd keep
Like
my thumb.
Lego hands?
Yeah, like merp, grip. But then it's like it's fisting or nothing really if it comes down to that. So I've been looking to get rid of my feet and to do Mr. Tumnus style hooves. Think about me doing a pump kick with a hoof. That would fucking wreck somebody. What about you, Peter?
I hate these questions.
Hands or feet?
I guess I'm going to have to go no feet.
No feet.
Yeah, no feet.
Would you go hooves?
I think I would learn to walk on my hands just to like really freak people out.
Would it be like hands, like legs sticking out, walk on hands, or walk handstand style?
I want to walk handstand style.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Are you worried about the blood rushing to your head?
Maybe the no feet will balance that out.
Okay.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know.
Do you think your feet would like curve, or your legs would like curve back like a scorpion?
I think
Or straight up?
I think I want to project the lack of feet as much as possible. Because if I'm going to have no feet, I'm going to make it everyone else's problem that I have no feet.
Yeah, and you just keep rubbing it towards their heads?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm
exactly.
Little nibbles.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have 2 questions from James. First one, a little bit more serious.
All right.
Did you hear about the fire at the traveling circus?
No.
It was intense.
Come on, James. You got me. It was intense because circuses are intense. I'm going to ask you a question that's not right here.
Okay.
Right now, are you familiar with
Suspicious of
the
this.
Universal Circus?
Yes.
It's in town. Are we allowed to go, or do we have to bring AJ?
I would feel better about bringing AJ.
Okay. Like, I just want to, like, I'm not going as a joke. It's one of the coolest circuses. I got to go one time when I was much younger. It's one of the coolest circuses around. It's like, it's the Black Circus.
Where is it this time? Is it
I
the fairgrounds
passed the
still?
tent the other day. I passed the tent
Okay.
on the highway going South 85 towards the airport. So it's
Okay,
somewhere
yeah,
going
same.
a little past the city
Back when I
south.
used to do like Uber and Lyft driving, I
Yeah.
do remember dropping off boomer white people at the circus. And I do remember telling them to go ahead and get the Uber ride and not explore the area of town that they were in.
Well, you know what? They deserve what they get. Don't you even? They deserve what they get. But I'm glad they're going to the circus. It really,
Yeah.
like, it's a really lit, awesome circus.
Yeah.
And it has, there's an energy to it that's very different. That's very, like, you know, sometimes you go to the circus, it's a little kiddie, but there's like kind of an adult fun vibe to this that's more like you don't have to be a child to enjoy it. The clowns are actually funny. I'm saying, like, how else do I put it?
It's also like I personally like that area of town because it's like where the old Brave Stadium was and everything, and it's falling into disrepair and it is staying away from the gentrification, and I need some of the weirdness of Atlanta.
Have you heard about the underground galleon ship at Underground Atlanta?
No.
Okay, so I was talking to a guy at the One O Tricks Point Never concert, and he knows the developer who bought all of Underground Atlanta.
Okay.
And he's put a wooden pirate ship underground.
What?
That's going to be a bar thing, a nightclub thing, and he fit a whole galleon pirate ship underneath the city that you go, and it's like bars, and you go in the ship.
That rules.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's like, it's not open to the public yet, but I got to go down there because he was doing the development on it. And it's crazy. You go underground and then you go through this graveyard tombstone thing that goes even deeper underground. And then there's a literal full replica pirate ship in this
so
building
cool.
underground. I can't wait.
Speakeasies are on the rise here.
Yeah. I think it's cool. It
I
makes
think
me
it's
want to
cool,
drink
too.
again. Should I start drinking?
We need
That's my joke with Brett. I just keep going, I started drinking again. And he's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to slam some beers. And he's like, please, Effy, don't, please. And then I go, I'm kidding. I'm not going to drink again. But if there's a pirate ship underground, might have a Coors Light. I don't know. Okay, sorry. I had to interrupt with that.
Okay, this is the second question from James. With Danhausen coming in for GCW, is there any chance that we will get a Gay Tanic Panic reunion?
Let me put it this way. This is the polite political answer. It's already pushing the limits that Danhausen's coming in for GCW. Okay. This is not something. TK is not fond of GCW. I'll put it that way. It's allowed. It's happening. Billy Starks is there sometimes. Nick Wayne is there sometimes. Let me tell you what Danhausen's not going to be allowed to do is be in a tag team with me called Gay Tanic Panic and have that approved. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen anytime soon. My apologies. We also will be in England at the same time for the same Progress show. Danhausen going to be there the same time as Bussy. I'm excited to be in England with Danhausen. Well, curses.
What do you call it when Batman skips church?
What?
Christian Bale. The joy on your face right now.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Thank you, Heather. That was wonderful.
Heather, you
That
broke
really,
me. You
wow.
broke me.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, this is from Julie Scott. How is the weather, Peter? The weather is weathering right now. It will incrementally get better over the course of the next month.
When you told me that, I didn't believe you, but now I've started to feel a little vibe.
It's because we're not fully out of one of the nastiest seasons in recent history.
Billy Dixon hit me up and was listening to the part about all of the brunches being in retrogrades.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "Yup, yup, girl. What the fuck are we doing?" I said, "I know." Because, but it makes perfect sense. Look at you, just fighting the retrograde for your creative freedom. Here I am. Yeah. So shout out Billy Dixon,
Really
the best in the biz. I heard a rumor that Paris is Bumping is coming back now that brunch is taking a little breath.
Ooh.
But I also, I don't want to get into it.
Let's
You're gonna
not-
make fun of me.
let's not get
You're
into
gonna
it.
make fun of me.
Okay.
I heard.
I'll make
heard
fun
a
of
late
you.
September rumor.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's wait like
You
want
wanna
to
go to England?
Let's wait like yeah, I'll go to England.
Okay.
Let's, okay, this is from Julie Alexander. What kinds of houseplants do you have?
Oh, this is an answer for you. I don't know the names of plants.
We have Lego houseplants.
Yeah.
We have fake ones that light up.
We have a Snoopy pine tree.
There's a Snoopy pine tree.
You have some succulents in there that are beautiful.
Yes, that I don't have much of a green thumb. I'm trying not to kill those things.
You had one hanging out there though, right?
Yeah, it's very dead.
Well, what is it called?
That was a Christmas fern. It's the stringy plant that blooms only on Christmas every year.
How does it know it's Christmas? Because it's Jesus' birthday?
How does it know it's Christmas?
Yeah. Do they even know it's Christmas?
Do they even know it's Christmas? How does it know that it's Christmas?
Even the plants are enamored with the birth of our Christ. Somebody should bring some gold to this baby.
Have you ever listened to Plant Asia, the album for plants?
No.
It's literally music for plants by like the synth pioneer Mort
Okay.
Garrison. It's delightful.
Okay, I'm in.
Great,
I'm kind of a plant.
if you want to feel like a plant while on fungals,
Yeah. Fungals.
could definitely
I
definitely
can't wait.
confirm.
Package on the way. That's a
Uh,
lot. It's a lot. I went ahead and I splurged for us.
I love
baby.
lion's mane.
I splurged for us, baby. That's
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, we have one more question.
Si se puede. That means yes, we can.
This is from Danny. Besides 12 Rounds starring Moxley, what is a guilty pleasure film starring a wrestler?
12 Rounds 2 starring Randy Orton.
Okay.
Was it 12 Rounds 2 where he has to drive the ambulance? Or was it, hold up. Hey Siri, which film has Randy Orton driving an ambulance? 12 Rounds 2 Reloaded. So then there was 12 Rounds 3 Lockdown with John Moxley. 12 Rounds 2 Reloaded, Randy Orton is Randy Ortoning, but he plays an EMT who's like has to deal with the 12 rounds. But the first 12 rounds had John Cena, I think. Hey Siri, who was in the original 12 rounds? John Cena. Both of our phones are talking. You can have a man Siri?
I think my Siri transitioned because I haven't always had a male Siri.
Yeah. Did you know Siri wasn't even created by Apple? They acquired it. I learned that today. That's really weird.
Yeah.
I don't trust AI. I don't trust the future. So I love those films.
The only proper
The
use of
Condemned?
AI is to make your dogs look like warriors and to also make Fast and Furious gay.
And Avatar.
And Avatar.
Have you ever seen The Condemned starring Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No.
Me and Jimmy watched the Spanish version in the hotel this weekend. It was the Spanish translation on, I believe, Univision of The Condemned with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is basically like the Hunger Games before the Hunger Games. Like they're all in the woods and they're all like having to survive getting killed, but it's Stone Cold. He's awesome.
I mean, you know mine.
What?
Southland Tales.
Oh my God, with The Rock. He does the fingers. If you don't let me suck your dick, I'm gonna kill myself.
Do you know that scientists are now saying the futuristic is far more the future? Fuck, I fucked it up. God damn it.
The future is what?
Far more futuristic than originally.
Is that one of the fucking lines?
Yeah, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Have you ever seen The Rundown with Sean William Scott
That
and The
movie
Rock?
fucking slaps.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
And then they came back together
Because
for
I was
Southland
such
Tales.
a big Southland Tales
Yeah.
fan that I would watch
The Rundown
everything The
fucking
Rock was
rips.
in.
Sean William Scott, what happened to the dude? He's incredible. I think
don't
he's
know.
underrated.
You have to go to those sketchy websites where they say, whatever happened to this guy?
Oh yeah, and you go through 400 clips, and then it's like he's fine. You go through 400 fucking clickers with every ad you've ever seen, and they go, he's fine. He lives in L.A. He chills. Here he is. He's fine. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is still hot. Stop.
I'm not.
Still hot.
He looks like he might have like a sick electronic project that he's working
I
on.
feel like I have a better chance now than I ever did.
Yeah. Are you gonna make Jonathan Taylor Thomas your trophy husband?
Hey, JTT. We have the same name.
Taylor. Yeah.
But I don't know if it's Taylor Thomas is the last name or if his middle name is Taylor, because so is mine. What's up? We've already got something in common. You know how you can improve my home?